Hi everybody, welcome to week number 2. Our focus for this week is on pre-writing, which means we're planning out paper number 1. And so here I've called up lecture number 1, negotiating the writing process. And so I've scrolled down to the inverted pyramid, and this helps us to see some of the considerations that we all need to think about and plan for during our pre-writing stage of the writing process. What is our purpose for the paper? Who is our audience? Who we're writing for? What kind of knowledge do we have that can help us to support and explain our paper's message? And how will we present our main points and our supporting content in an organized and logical way? Scrolling down to navigating the writing process, we learned that there are many activities we can do during the pre-writing stage to help us explore the purpose of our paper, our content knowledge, and our audience, and that it's important to remember that pre-writing is a vital stage of the writing process and the one that we shouldn't ignore or shortchange. I'll be back in a moment to show you a tool we can use for pre-writing called a Graphical Outliner, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome back. Here we are in Lucidchart. It's part of the Google suite of documents, and I have created a visual map for paper number 1. So let me walk you through a little bit of this. As you can see, let me turn this off here. Lucidchart is a tool that gives you the ability to create a lot of different shapes. There are some standard shapes here, and as we move down, there are more shapes that you can choose from. And it's just a matter of, pulling a shape from the side, and then bringing it into the main window. And so I pulled the text tool here, pulled it out, and then was able to type in my text here, and that is what inquiry question I'm brainstorming around. What kind of personality is required for the handicapper general's job? Then I was able to go and choose a different shape, which is this cloud shape. So you can choose it from here, for example. And whenever you choose a shape, you can color it in. So I'll just pull this out here, for example. You can use the fill color so that you can choose whatever kind of color that you would like it to be. And of course you can easily delete. Let's see how we do that. There should be a delete button. Yep, here it is. So I pulled out the cloud shape, made the background, the fill color yellow, and I put my thesis in. An authoritarian personality is what Diana Moonglampers exhibits in Harrison Bergeron, which makes her effective at doing her job. Once I had kind of a test thesis, then what I decided to do is see if I could brainstorm some main points. And that led me over here to the blue section. I'm color coding everything so that I know that it's associated with each other. So the blue is really kind of my main points. I have my test thesis here. And so how am I going to show that Diana Moonglampers has an authoritarian personality which allows her to do the handicapper general's job really well? Well, I need to have some main points. So one of my main points will be that part of her authoritarian personality is this love of being rigid, kind of being a black and white thinker. And that's what would eliminate her having any kind of doubts about what actions she's taking or what her job is. So I chose these shapes to kind of identify a couple of main points: rigidity and the use of punishment as a means of maintaining discipline. And then as I continued down with my visual outline, I chose a different color and some shapes so that I could begin to brainstorm what kind of supporting content that I could use. So for instance, for the point about rigidity being an essential part of the authoritarian personality necessary to do the handicapper general's job, there's some material from inside the story that I could use, such as the rigidity of these constitutional amendments that have to be enforced, and which were the impetus for creating the Handicapper General's office and the Handicapper General's job. And then I also got to thinking that I might be able to use film as a source for supporting my first point about authoritarian rigidity as being essential for the Handicapper General. And the film American Beauty, which I've seen many times, is a film that I think I could draw some content from. It was actually inspired, too, by having found an article. I searched for an article to help me define what is the authoritarian personality, what's that psychology like. And I found a wonderful article from Psychology Today, and a quote inside that article led me to thinking about using American Beauty, a film, as a source that I could draw some supporting content from. Lucidchart allows you to create these hotspots, which are clickable links. So, for example, if I do a control click here, control shift click, what happens is the Lucidchart sends me out to where on the web that source is linked to. So here is the source from Psychology Today. So it's very nice within Lucidcharts that you can create these clickable hotspots to link to a Word file, a PDF, an online web page. So these are some of the possibilities that you can create with Lucidchart. Here's a visual map that represents the pre-writing that I'm engaged in. What is my inquiry question? What is my thesis that I'm pursuing? What are main points that I can use to develop my thesis? What kind of sources might I want to include a quote from? And what are some ways that I would support each main point, both inside the story, content from inside the story, and content from outside the story, like the use of a film. So I hope you found this helpful, and you'd like to give, I hope, visual mapping a try using a graphical outliner like Lucidchart. There are many such graphical outliners. So if you'd like to learn more about how to access a graphical outliner, please do get in touch with me. Send me an inbox message. And best of success with all of your pre-writing efforts this week as you gear up for the writing of paper number 1. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.